What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to go over some tips about designing your Animal Crossing island. My island is named Koriko after Kiki's delivery service, and each place on my island is a different scene from the movie. I did this all on my own and I haven't played online with anyone yet, so my progress is still a little bit slow. These tips will be for anyone who likes to design their island but they're not into time traveling too much. For me, I play about 2 days of Animal Crossing in one day to make some of the progress go a little bit faster, but I don't do more than that because I feel like the game becomes too rushed. I will be showing you some of my measurement guides too in this video. I made all of them because I was looking online and I just couldn't find what I was looking for, so I made them for each of the Animal Crossing buildings, and I will include the timestamps and links below on how to find all of them. The way I've made my island is through just measuring everything first. It takes a lot of patience, but I find that it's the most rewarding and it maximizes your time. So let's go to work. I'll first start with some of the basic tips. The first thing that I do when I start is to go through and to collect all of the items that I ordered from redeeming my Nook Miles the day before. You're allowed to order up to 5 items per day, so use them wisely. I use a lot of street lamps on my island and I bring them along with me as I go in case I want to try out some placements for them. The second thing that I do is to complete all of the Nook Miles plus the multiplied objectives. I do that immediately. I think it makes it easier because a lot of the objectives that will pop up after you complete each one, like for instance buying 5,000 bells worth of items, is something you're probably planning on doing at some point during the day, so you might as well wait until they pop up first so you can get 2 birds with 1 stone and maximize as many miles as possible so that you can buy all of your recipes and your items later. I also like to clean up as I go along. Any tree branches or fossils that I see, I'll collect them as I go about my day just to keep everything tidy. You really don't want to be remembering where that tree branch was on the other side of your town that you forgot to pick up later, so that is something that I find usually helps me. After I finish as many of my Nook Miles plus objectives as I can, it's time to visit our good friend Tom Nook. Just kidding, I don't really think Tom Nook is our friend. I see him more as like a money-hungry business boss, kind of like Mr. Krabs or something. A tip with construction is that you can only make 2 infrastructure changes a day in your town. You can move one thing and you can build or demolish one thing. If you are still upgrading your house, you can also expand your house too. It costs 50,000 bells to move the buildings on your island, and depending on what bridge or stairs or incline you want to choose, the price varies on that. After you finish collecting your moving kits, you are all set to measure and build to your Animal Crossing dreams. As I mentioned, I think that measuring is the most important part. It will take a lot of patience to do. The island home is a 4x4 building, and the actual house part is the 3x4 space in the back. The dotted line that you see is where the paths in the front of the house will be, and the X is where I mark the door for the house to be. So you'll see when you envision the house, the back part is the actual house. The dotted line is just going to be like the facade in the front of the house. You can do a couple trial and error things before you lay the house down. Just try to envision it maybe a couple times and measure the space in between houses. Okay, it's time to scout your next location for whatever you're trying to build. Here I'm trying to build a bridge. So I have marked a little bit on either side, but as you can see, it's not even. You may have to do some landscaping work on either side of what you're trying to build. And then it took me a couple times just to envision what the bridge will look like. The bridge measurements are 4 by 3, 3 spaces for the river. The river needs to be 3 boxes long, and The bridge is going to be 4 spaces when you create it, but when you go over the bridge, it's only going to be the 2 spaces in the middle that are actually the pathway, which I have marked on the diagram. A quick tip that I have for landscaping trees and you want to relocate the entire tree is to eat only as many fruit as you need per tree. If you're doing a small amount, you won't be able to undo it once you eat the fruit. So unless you're doing a ton of trees and you want to eat like 10 pieces off the rib, don't overeat the fruit because you may accidentally destroy one of your rocks like I did. A tip in case you wanted to put an item up on a cliff in the middle of your island. I think it looks cute. What you'll need to do is to build the cliff an extra space out so you can climb up with your ladder and place the item on top, and then you can rotate it whatever way that you want to rotate it. This silo that I'm moving here, it moves half spaces, and the fountain I have down below also moves half spaces too. You may need to do some landscaping down on the bottom in order to do this. I also really like the look, if you want to upgrade your flowers a little bit, of putting a darker dirt path below the flower to sort of give it like a garden look. You can also do this with trees if you put down a darker path and you can plant the tree on top of it, or if you eat a piece of fruit, you can relocate the tree and plant it right on top of the path. So those are some of my tricks that I've used for my own island. I have a few more in store for maybe another video. Take your time, have fun with your island. I know that it's easy to get discouraged and to feel like Animal Crossing is a competition, but I think that is really the opposite. I think that Animal Crossing is kind of like life, and if you take it slow and enjoy and you avoid comparing yourself to others, true happiness will follow. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more Animal Crossing playthroughs and content, and leave a comment below to tell me how your island is coming along. Is it growing? Does it need improvement? Let me know. I hope that you'll use some of these tips to help your island grow, and I wish you the best of luck in building a dream island of your own. Good luck.